All right, we are back with Catherine. We're like 5.5 weeks after surgery,
Yes.
right? And so just a little check-in. So the last check-in we had was a couple weeks ago. What have the last couple weeks been like as far as life? What are people noticing? Are they asking you if you just had surgery?
It's been great. I mean, you feel better every day. Not that I ever felt bad, but, I had some stiffness from the neck lift and swelling, and that gets better every day. And it's fun to get up every day and look and see how you change. And I do think people have noticed, but it's it's more of a, your eyes look, I've had somebody say, your eyes look more vibrant or open, or, what's been going on with you.
Awesome. And so before this, Catherine had one fat transfer procedure, like just fat transfer by itself.
I did.
Right? And so I typically don't love fat transfer by itself. It just usually is underwhelming. But fat transfer in combination with other procedures, I love. And it's really just kind of like a nice garnishment to the procedure. So with Catherine's case, we did upper and lower eyelid blepharoplasty. We did deep plane neck and facelift.
Yes.
We did lip lift. We did temporal brow lift, and then laser resurfacing.
Correct.
All the things, yeah.
Yes, I think that's it.
And fat transfer. And so with that, especially the lower eyelid blepharoplasty that we did, we added some volume, kind of sprinkled in throughout the face to really allow it to look nice, normal, natural. And that's what we did. But when you came in, the big thing that was really bothering you was the nasolabial folds.
Correct.
And kind of the heaviness around the mouth. You felt
Yes.
like your eyes were a little bit closed.
Right.
And so a question we get a lot is, how do we come up with this game plan of upper lids, lower lids, temporal brow lift, lip lift, neck and face? What do you recall about that process of trying to kind of figure out what it is we're going to do? You can slide this way a little bit.
I remember when I came in for my consult, you put my photograph that you'd taken up in the board, and we kind of walked through the things that bothered me, but seeing it up in that big screen made me realize that I had some hollowing here and, in my lower face. And now seeing my before and after the fat transfer, what a big difference it made, because I have a tendency to have a very angular, narrow, thin face. And if I gain weight, I don't gain it there. That's the very last place I gain it, where I would want to gain it. So it was nice. The fat transfer was great for me. I hope it sticks, so to speak.
Yeah.
I hope it decides to stay.
It'll stay. And so we did these things. What is one thing that as we're putting this plan together, you were like, I don't know if I want to do that? Was there anything?
Yes. Okay. I was absolutely a little skeptical about the lip lift, because my daughter actually said, I think you're going to like an American Girl doll, where you're going to have how the American Girl doll is, you could see her teeth. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't get that done. But I'm really happy I did, because I needed it. My lips were disappearing in my older age. And that's one of my favorite things. And also the brow lift as well. The brow lift, I didn't realize I needed, and I feel like my eyes are more vibrant, open. So.
Gotcha. So the lip lift, the thing that you were like most concerned about is your favorite thing?
It's probably my favorite thing, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. We hear that a lot and did you know a lip lift was a thing that can be performed prior to coming in, or no?
I did.
Okay. Gotcha.
I had other consults, other places, and that was always recommended, that I had a long lip, so to speak, or that space between was long. And so if you have more than one person telling you need it, then absolutely, I needed it.
Makes sense. Sure.
Yeah.
And okay, so you have been pretty quick healer.
I think so. I mean, I got my stitches out in 7 or 8 days. That's all of them.
Rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
You threw a graduation party.
Yes.
How close after surgery?
6 days after surgery.
And so what does this graduation party look like? Are there 3 people there?
There were probably 50 people there.
50 people. And you hosted that?
Yeah, me and some other moms, we hosted it, yes.
Okay. So you saw 50 humans
I did.
6 days after surgery.
I did. And it was an outside party, and there were people who didn't know I'd had anything done.
Wow.
But I did wear a hat and my sunscreen and all that kind of good stuff. Mm-hmm. But I really looked very presentable. Not enough to put in makeup because I'd had the CO2 laser, but I did put in a tinted sunscreen. So,
Gotcha.
And mascara.
So to have temporal brow lift, upper lids, lower lids, lip lift, deep plane neck and face lift,
Yeah.
and laser of the face, neck, and chest, and
Right.
then to entertain 50 people 6 days later.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't recommend planning it that way, but that's awesome. It worked out.
It did work out that way. I don't, you know.
Yep. And then you've had you're at another big event recently.
Yeah, my son graduated from high school, 3 weeks after I had the procedures.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how did you feel both getting ready for that event 6 days later, 3 weeks later, and then any other events? I mean, were you ready?
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of swelling up here. I think it was more from the fat transfer, honestly. I might be wrong. That I noticed, but I don't think other people really noticed.
Okay.
But I would ice before I would go to, and I was icing mostly here.
Great.
But I don't think anybody else really noticed.
Okay. Sweet. Well, you look amazing. Very natural. You know, I look at you and there's no sign of surgery.
No.
There's no telltale anything. And this is why we do it.
Yeah,
So
there
thank you, A, for being transparent. Let us kind of talk about your journey. B, for trusting us, you know, as far as putting these plans in place, and then kind of you saying, okay, well, let's do it.
Well, and I'm glad I did the whole thing because it completes the picture, you know?
Right.
You just do it all and don't wish you had done something else later.
One and done.
That's kind of what I say.
You got it. Well, perfect. Well, if you have any questions for Catherine, let us know, and we'll get you to maybe reach out and answer them. Perfect.
Thanks.